CJ Boosie through Ranchettes. Welcome to this magnificent event, one that we've looked forward to for a number of months, as we committed to the Board of Regents that we would have a chair in Francophone Studies if they approved the new PhD program in that field, and we knew exactly who was going to give it. And fortunately, he consented, and we're totally delighted. Welcome to our Alumni Center, those of you who have not been here before. I know that you join with us in rejoicing over the acquisition of this property and the addition of the facilities that we've been able to add to the center. We regret we didn't make this room about twice as large, but maybe we can get that done when we find someone else who... But let me introduce some very special people here. Our Lieutenant Governor, Kathleen Blanco, will be here, and when she comes in, just give her a round of applause and make her feel that she's really at home. And we have with us our Superintendent of Education, State Superintendent of Education, Cecil Picard. Cecil, we have the President of the USL Foundation, Mr. Robert Tujak. The President of the Alumni Association of the University, Jen Gelora. Jen, you're here? And the President of the Lafayette Chamber of Commerce, Jim Prince. Jim, were you here? Yes. I have to call on our good friend, former President of the Alumni Association and now President of Codafield, Warren Perrin, for his remarks. Warren?
Thank you very much, Doc. J'aimerais souhaiter un bienvenue à tous les amis de Weldon et Franny et les amis de l'Université de la Sud-Ouest de la Louisiane. Weldon est élevé dans la paroisse de Vermillon, région qui est bien connue comme la Prairie grecque, the area of Henry. Et moi et lui, on était élevés ensemble. On ne parlait pas français de trop quand on était petit parce que c'était pas la mode. Mais aujourd'hui, Weldon, il m'appelle souvent sur le téléphone parce que malheureusement il n'est pas ici, il est à Houston, Texas, mais on parle souvent aujourd'hui en français. Et je suis très fier d'être ici avec Weldon et Franny et toute votre famille, des amis des Rates et de la Prairie grecque pour célébrer avec vous votre décision pour faire cette donation aux universités de la Sud-Ouest de la Louisiane. I would like to say that having gone through a childhood where it was not fashionable to speak French, and today have the opportunity to be with you to share this wonderful event, the creation of this first chair of its kind in the world, is quite an honor, because this today will make international news, Weldon and Franny, because I know that you have supported many worthwhile efforts during your lives. I know you've supported the National Affiliation of the Blind, you've supported your sororities, your fraternities, you've supported your high schools, you've supported the schools of your children, you are the people that have restored the cultural pride to your hometown by supporting the Acadian Museum. But with all respect to those wonderful organizations, those wonderful entities that you've supported, I think that your support today will be very important because it's the support that you give to those people that toil every day to save a culture. And that can't be replaced. And I thank you very much for the kindness that you show and the good faith that you show into your university, and the professors and the deans and Dr. Otterman for his leadership. Thank you very much. Finalement, j'aimerais dire que j'ai parlé avec les trois consuls généraux de les trois pays qui supportent le Code de Fil et tous les programmes, le consul général de la France, Madame Lenoir, le consul général du Canada, et aussi Madame Eliane Levac, le représentant de la communauté française de la Belgique. Malheureusement, ça ne peut pas être avec nous cet après-midi, mais ça envoie les meilleurs sentiments et remerciements pour votre donation aujourd'hui. And finally, I would like to recognize, if you could just hold your applause, some of the leaders who are with us today, who spend every day ensuring that the French movement and that effort that began with Code de Fil's foundation in 1968 continues. We have with us Jean-Robert Frigo, who is presently with us as an Acadian from the province of New Brunswick, Canada, working with the Congrès Mondial Acadien as program director. He's in the back there. We also have Monsieur Curtis Joubert from Eunice, Louisiana. He is in charge of organizing Franco-Fête, which is our state's tricentennial, to take place next year. We have Brian Como with us, who's the director of the Congrès Mondial Acadien Louisiana, which will be the second World Acadian Reunion to take place next year. We have Russell Gary. Are you there, Russell? Russell, not yet. Russell is probably best known for being the singer with the band Fatra, but he also serves as the appointee of Governor Foster to ensure that all of the different programs in the state are organizing themselves properly for Franco-Fête. We have also Mr. Philippe Bustin, who was the first director of Code de Fil and presently serves as the director of le Centre International de la Louisiane. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Willis Granger. Would you stand, please, Willis and Edith? The proud parents of 11 of their children went to USA. Quite an honor. Thank you very much.
As you spoke, Warren, I thought about my hometown. I'm from Boudreaux Canal. I'm Cajun. And I'm really worried about Boudreaux Canal. I mean, Weldon, if you need another project, I'll give you one, because after another hurricane, my hometown's gone. It's going to wash away, and I think we should save it. I really do. It's no bigger than the theater, I can assure you. I'd like to introduce Mr. and Mrs. DeBayon, Tom DeBayon, the mother and father of sisters, huh? Sisters, but whatever, stand up. My notes are wrong. My secretary, my intern messed it up. I would like now to introduce a gentleman who has meant the world to our campaign and to our efforts to endow this university. The newspapers can't get his name correct. If you look at the Business Weekly, he's pictured as Bill Fenstermaker, but I can assure you he's much better looking and much brighter, Mr. Matt Stowe.
Thank you all for coming. When I heard that he mixed up our names, I was hoping at least they would have mixed up my name with Clay rather than Bill. But unfortunately, that was not the case. I truly have enjoyed being here this afternoon with you all. I think this is more of a family reunion than anything. When you hear the folks from Maurice and Mo and Abbeville and Erath and Eunice, and you all are related some way or another, is really excited to see, particularly with the love and appreciation for each other. I'm here this afternoon representing my other two colleagues, Clay Allen and Bill Finstermaker, who we've been heading up this campaign over the last year. And I have to say we've had a wonderful time in doing it. We've had an opportunity to meet a lot of wonderful people. And I would like to, in their behalf and mine, to personally say thank you very, very much for your generous contribution in doing what you have done and giving a chair is really a tremendous excitement for the university. It is held with the highest esteem, and it is the highest contribution that the state will do some matching funds with. It will also make Bill and Clay and my job much easier because we can retire a little quicker. But on behalf of the university and the community, and certainly my colleagues, we thank you very much for your generous contribution to a very wonderful cause. When you look at the Francophone studies, only 3 schools in the world, we have a PhD, the only one here in the United States. It's a wonderful opportunity to once again put a notch on the university's belt as being a leader within our great country in education. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Well, this is the highlight of the afternoon. I'm pleased to announce formally the creation of the Town de Bayon and Willis Granger Chair in Francophone Studies, made available through the generosity of Fran and Weldon Ganger. The university is indeed indebted to these families for being a part of this university. And I marvel at the Granger family. I don't know the Bayons as well as I know them, because they've had 11 children that come through this university. 3 of them were doctors. Weldon is international lawyer, and it goes on and on. And to have this chair in their honor is just a tremendous, tremendous occasion for this university and for the students who will study on the professor that we bring here using the finances from the chair. So let's do this, and we don't do a chair without exchanging money, and I do that better than anything that I do at home. And Weldon, would you please come, and we'll exchange envelopes here and have some pictures taken. Fran, you want to come in too? Yes. Oh, you yes.
Maybe she should get it.
Well, and we will ask you to come up here, and maybe you would like to make a few remarks to the group.
Thank you, Dr. Olimon. I look out into the audience and I see a lot of my old teachers from URAD High, where it all began, my friends from USL, and I thank you for coming this evening. These 2 chairs are named for 2 special people, my dad, who I respect very much, and my father-in-law, who I spent very little time with, but I love dearly. When I look at the times that I had with him, I first met Fran here at USL, I was dating her, and the thing that cut the barriers between Mr. DeBayo and I was the fact that I spoke French. So it was very easy for me. My dad, of course, raised 11 of us, has a lot of proud children, and we're proud of him. And I'm very grateful to be able to call him 3 or 4 times a week and speak French to him. I'm dedicated to helping that French language stay with us, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Mr. Olimon.
Dean Barry, who heads the College of Liberal Arts and has under his jurisdiction this program in Francophone Studies, will make some comments in the presentation.
about 15 years ago, when some people in the Modern Languages Department began thinking about creating this program, we had no idea where it was going to go. And one of the main emphases or reasons for getting into Francophone studies was that we knew a lot of people around here who spoke French. And there weren't too many people outside of this area that knew about us. Everyone knew about Quebec, France, Belgium, all over the world. And so we were sort of an undiscovered secret. And in order to let the rest of the world know who we were, we figured we needed to start studying the rest of the world that spoke French as well. This chair is a capstone of 15 years of effort by many, many people here in Southwest Louisiana. And to have it named after Ganger and de Bayon, I think is a perfect testimony to the very spirit of this program, to the very spirit of Codafil, and to all of the things that USL stands for. You have to remember, even though it's in very small print, when you look on our letterhead, it says L'Université des Acadiens, et ça n'a pas changé. But before we let the Grangers get away too, we want them to take back some things so that they will remember the time that they spent here today and that they will know they have our everlasting gratitude. We have several books from faculty that we'd like to give to Mr. Ganger. One of them in particular I'm recommending because if he begins to forget where his roots are, he can take out this book on Cajun and Creole folktales that Barry Ancelet has put together, and it will always bring him right back home. We also want to show you a little bit, we know a lot about the past, and we've studied a lot about the past of Cajun culture here and Creole culture in South Louisiana. We want to show you someone from the present, and this person is going to show you about the future. J'aimerais présenter M. David Cheremy, c'est le directeur de Codophile actuellement, et puis il est candidat en doctorat dans le programme d'études francophones. He's a doctoral candidate, and he should be finishing hopefully next May, and get his PhD in Francophone Studies. David?
Merci beaucoup, merci à la famille Granger, à la famille de Bayon. Nous apprécions cette donation que vous avez faite aujourd'hui, que ça va aller faire beaucoup de choses pour l'avenir du français en Louisiane. First of all, I'd like to say that I stand here before you as the director of Codafil, yes, and as a candidate in Francophone Studies, but I think I represent perhaps the present. With my staff here, I'd like to present my staff who's here, Elaine Clément, Doris Côté, Gail Baudin, and Alan Brown, also here at Codafil. We're working hard in the present to preserve our Cajun, Creole, and Francophone heritage here in Louisiana. And it's thanks to this gracious gift that we'll be able to work to further the interest of French in Louisiana. Dr. Audemont, which, by the way, thank you for the gift also, that way I'll be able to hear Dr. Audemont finally speak French. Barry also and I just kind of looked at each other. He really does speak French. Un petit bout de Canal Boudreau. For me, as a petit bout de Canal Yankee, or Yankee Canal as we call it, and Golden Meadows. Golden Meadows is known to the Americans, I guess, but I call it Canal Yankee. I did not grow up speaking French. As a matter of fact, I grew up the next wave when the battle had essentially been won. The Americans had convinced us that we were just dumb, and Warren knows the word that I'm thinking of, but I'm not going to say it. But that's all changed now. Thanks to Codafil, thanks to USL, thanks to the Department of Modern Languages also. David didn't mention that 15 years ago it wasn't called the Department of Modern Languages, but of Foreign Languages. That's another step in the right direction, that French is not a foreign language in Louisiana. And it's not going to be foreign to our young children anymore either, thanks to the French immersion programs, which are gaining momentum year after year. This year we've added an 8th parish, a 26th school in East Baton Rouge Parish, and it's our goal to continue adding parishes. Next on our list is Terrebonne Parish, as a matter of fact, and Montague, Berg, in the city of Houma also, and hopefully Lafourche Parish also will come on board to teach our young children how to speak French. Our language is preserved, as the late great Dewey Balfour used to say, one generation at a time. Our culture is preserved one generation at a time, and I can assure you that this next generation is very much aware of its roots and is very proud of it, and they've learned it through the language and through the music. And I'd like to present to you a group here today of young people who are going to be singing and performing for us. I go by the name of Feu Follet. Feu Follet, as you know, is something that comes straight out of our folklore. I'd like to introduce to them. We have Josh and Kyle Hebert from Pombro. We have Chris Segura from Berg. And Michael Stafford from Lafayette. Oh, il a un estropié, là. Même estropié, il peut jouer, là. Ça, c'est la force. That really shows. He's even got a broken arm. He's still going to play the fiddle for it. Ashley Hayes from Cecilia. And Brittany Pulaski, also from Lafayette, who studied, he's in French immersion at Edgar Martin Middle School. So without any further ado, mesdames, messieurs, je vous présente Feu Follet.
Yeah.
And I tell them, just go look at the map of Louisiana, and it's just a little southeast of Pointe-au-Chien. Pointe-au-Chien that's for sure. But from humble beginnings, from a hard-working family, from people who enjoyed family and friends, who practiced their faith, and were loyal to the institutions that formed it. We pay tribute to Fran and Weldon Ganger for what they do for this institution today. It's such a support like no other gift has or will be, because it's the first of its type in the world. It's the first in Francophone studies. We will lead the way the rest of the world to learn about French culture and how it was preserved in this part of the world and how it can be transported to other areas that need loyalty and pride in language, in music, and in food. Just left a group of engineering accrediting, I guess team, if you wish, came in from a National Engineering Accrediting Board, and they had been to Mulots. And they enjoyed the dance and the music and the food more than they enjoyed our engineering program. But they know that we are unique and that we have very special people. So let's join together in thanking Weldon and Fran for what they have done today, to invite them back every year when we honor our donors, because we have a hall of honors and a plaque with your picture will be hung on the wall in Martin Hall, and you will be invited to the unveiling, and all of your friends will come again. Thank you so very much, and let's give them a great. I know that Weldon and Fran would love to have pictures with their family and people that have brought them here today, and so if family and friends will stay, we'll take some photographs. Thank you.
Another great day.
I want you to get a picture of me and Mrs. Kimber.
All right, good, good.
Yeah, that would be better. It doesn't matter. Steve, what?
Hey, I got a lot of it right in here.
Where you put it through? Yeah. We'll transfer it here. Yeah.